Who cares?
Yeah, so I keep my circle very small, so I've got the people I need, and that's all that really matters, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because you know what? This thing about bodybuilding, support is important. Because when you get to sport, your life would change. Your friendships you used to have would change because you're doing something different than like back in the day. I think your young ladies to go huddle in the pub and hang out and drink and have a good time. But then, now you got to go to bed because a friend of mine, she had to go to bed last night because she had to get ready to do her fasted cardio, get up in the morning like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We were talking
Yeah.
on we were talking IG back and forth, talking about some stuff, and so it was like 9 o'clock for her, it was 10 o'clock for me, and she said she had to go to bed at 10. And and then things like when you go out and eat, because that's one thing. The food is the most important part of it's both the strength and the weakness of a bodybuilder, because you need the right foods when it comes to your diet. You can't eat
Yeah.
everything. I know sometimes you're like, if you go over to your mom's house and she's cooking and say, "Mom, I can't cook that. I can't eat that." You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta bring your own food and whatever.
Yeah, you see, my mum and my sister, they know by now not to offer us food, and that I won't eat it anyway and stuff like that. So they're pretty really good with the whole bodybuilding stuff now. They just, oh, it's just Ash, they get it. So, but yeah, it's people don't realize how much you actually have to put into it, like weigh every single little gram of food and get up a couple of hours before work just to do your cardio. And you can't just go out and go for a meal when you want. You can't go out with your mates and do stuff. And you literally, you've got to live it. If you don't live it, then it's just don't do it, because
Hmm.
it will take over your whole life.
Yeah, you have to have like not just willpower, but you also have to have, discipline. That's the most important part about bodybuilding, discipline.
Yeah.
Because most people, this is why most people even do the sport because it can be easy to sidetrack. Because you never know, one day you might be someplace and you smell something like is that fish and chips? Is that a, is that cake? Is that chicken? Is that But it could be the things that can derail your progress, especially if it's food. Like
Oh yeah, definitely. Like at first, my first prep, it got to me a bit, but it doesn't bother us now. Like I don't care. I can't remember the last time I ate a pizza or whatever. It's just it doesn't bother us anymore.
yeah. What was your favorite? Kind of little. Don't your coach give you cheat meals every 9 day refeeds?
No, I get refeeds and stuff, but it's just the same food of what I eat now, maybe a bit more. Maybe a couple of squares bars and some jam thrown in and stuff. But and cheat meals, I don't get them. I'll get like a burger once a week, and that's it, just a burger.
What would we say was your favorite? Like especially after the competitions, being on that prep. What was that one that be calling your name? You'd be like, you just be like,
Um, Last prep it was a Chicago town deep dish pizza, but it
Ooh.
was only because it was in London, and apparently there was a place in London that did like the best deep dish pizzas ever. So I went there after my show, and it was the shittest pizza I've ever had in my fucking life. Seriously, I paid 50 quid for a tiny little pizza, like the size of a little plate, and it had no fucking taste. I was
Yeah.
devastated. So yeah, but now it's like I never ever will think about like with me coming into prep now. No way am I going to think, "Oh, I want this at the end of my prep," because it's like, well, what the fuck am I thinking about that for? Like, I've got other things to worry about. Who gives a shit what I'm going to eat after? I've done it before, and it's like just a little tip for anybody who's thinking about maybe getting into it. Don't do that.
That's the thing with people. Food has been seen, especially I'm from the South. Food's been seen traditional. It's comfort. It was one after this month, one of our biggest holidays is Thanksgiving. It's the holiday that's created by when they kicked some of your people out over here. you know, but it's the holiday that's traditional. With my mom was around, she'll cook ham and she'll cook potato bread and she'll cook cakes and rice and right now, my mom just it's calling me Ashley. It's calling my name. It be calling me that food. Be calling me. Call me Pookie from New Jack City, yo. But yeah, it's smart to really don't want to derail your opportunities with something like a burger or some nasty ass pizza or you know. But then again, as people, we find food is that's one thing. Was when I was taking my mom, food was a comfort. I mean, and I was almost 500 pounds. Right now, I'm about 410. I had some little setbacks because I have issues with my knees, and I try to work out as much as I can. I was working on a good bit, but I had some setbacks. But food is seen as comfort. It's something people. It's the feel and the taste of it. And the like yesterday, I had some shrimp and rice. It wasn't too fancy, but it was nice. But you know what? It's important for your progress of what you eat and what you need to grow as a bodybuilder, as
Oh
a
yeah.
competitor in sport.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get us wrong, I'm still human. Like, I still do get cravings and stuff, but I think it helps. Like last prep, I was still getting burgers every week during prep until like 2 weeks out. So things didn't bother us because I was still getting them, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, I do get the odd little craving now and then, and but you just gotta fucking ignore it.
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's one thing that separates a lot of people from who are bodybuilders from regular people because most people won't ignore that craving. It'll be inside of you so hard and be screaming loud, and then you just get into it. But then you have to have that mentality, that strength not to get into it.
Yeah.
And when you
And it'd be
have
the
that,
weirdest fucking thing ever as well. Like sometimes it's even something that you don't even fucking like.
yeah, it can
It's
be just
weird, man.
yeah, it can be just something simple like I've related someone said their favorites were sushi. I say, ma'am, I've been poor, but
Oh,
not that poor. Why I grew up a poor country boy, but I never been that poor to eat cold raw fish. You
you
know,
won't catch me eating that shit. Like I won't even eat fish.
I don't eat fish either. I haven't eaten fish in a long time. But the thing is, it's about what helps you in your process as a bodybuilder. The right foods, the right training, good people around your corner. Because even though bodybuilding seems like a solo sport, you do have a team because you have your coach, your family that backs you, that supports you. I mean, there's
Oh
so
yeah,
much to it.
you definitely need the right team around you, especially going into a prep. Because like I know a lot of it is it's you've got to do it, but bodybuilding is a fucking massive mental game. You're constantly in a battle with your head all the time, and you need those people there behind you to like say right and fucking slap you out of it. Like honestly, like if you had a conversation with my coach right now, some of the things like yeah, he's like my fucking agony aunt. And but the thing is, though, he knows me better than I know myself now, so he knows exactly what to say to snap us out of something and to get us back in the fucking game, which you need that, or else like you're gonna go to shit.
He's the one who's like, snap out of it.
Oh
Get your ass
yeah,
back in the game.
either that or it's just stop being a fucking idiot and crack on.
Yeah, that's good. And that's important. You need that for yourself because you know what? It's not so much as you against someone on the stage, you versus you. The person you're
Mm,
looking at in the mirror is your real opponent, not so much as that person who's on the stage with you because you got to bring
yeah,
your best. You got to bring your looks. You got to bring everything that involves in the sport. There's so much to it. That's why I like people to be more interested in asking about what y'all ladies do. What inspires you? What motivates you? Motivation can change, but what keeps you going in the sport where it's not as much recognition, the money's not that great, and if you could do something else with your life, but you chose this for
nah,
your life.
yeah, I couldn't dream of doing something else. Like it's the first thing I think of when I wake up and the last thing I think of before I go to bed. It's all I care about. It's literally the only thing I want to do. Like I finally found that thing that I love, and it's gave us a dream, and I'm like, I'll give up anything to get there, like literally anything.
So, like this, you find yourself your purpose in life.
Mm. Yeah, like everybody's got a dream, but most people don't try and chase them. Most of them just forget about them, and then when they get old, they're like, "Oh, I wish I had done that." It's like, I don't want to get to that point. Like I've always lived my life like if there's something I want to do, I'm gonna fucking do it. And then in a couple of years' time, if I don't like it anymore, I won't do it anymore. But I don't want to get old and turn around and go, oh, I wish I had done this in life. I want to get old and be like, fucking hell, look what I've done.
Yeah. You don't want to sit back and have regret.
Yeah, like why? Like, come on. I mean, all everybody cares about, like, fair enough. We've got bills to pay. We've got to have a roof over our heads. We've got to get a job, all that kind of shit. But that's all people ever do. Some people in their lives, and it's like, do you not like want to do something that makes you happy? You know, like that gets you excited to, like, do you just want to like just go around in a little circle forever? Like, I couldn't do that.
I can understand because you know what? I grew kind of comfortable. I like I said, I lived. This is the same apartment I lived for practically 30 years. You know, I live with my mom, my brothers, and my nephews, and you know, I think some people just when they get comfortable with something, they don't want to change. But
Yeah,
like I said again a while back, my friend was going to do work the booth at the Tampa. She was trying to get some people to help her out. I said, you know what? Let me do something out of my own comfort zone. I got to get out of my own way. That's why when I went to my first Bible show was in Tampa 2022. That was me getting out of my own way, and then going to Tampa to help my friend Eunice out. It was great for me. I enjoyed the event. Like one of the most favorite things is you're one of the millennials, you know, and I got to meet a real celebrity and this was a man who I've seen on television many years, hear his music, David Lee Roth. I
all
wouldn't have
right,
got
fucking
to
hell,
meet I wouldn't have got to meet him if I stayed home in North Carolina. You know, that's my
that's
friend
pretty
Eunice right
cool.
there. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually I was like over this area charging my phones and stuff. So I was going back to the booth and I saw this guy. I didn't look at him right away. It was this guy, this woman. I think it was man and wife. I thought. And then I'm sitting in the booth. He's coming walking down the hall. I say, "Oh my God!" It popped in my head. That's David Lee Roth. I remember that song "Jump." Jump when it came out, it really hit into our community because they used to play on some of the urban market because Eddie was one of the first rock stars to play a synthesizer doing a rock song. You never hear rock music. It's guitar mostly, but you heard it. It was like dun 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 dun, and that really hit because you never really hear it in rock music, you know. And he crossed that song crossed over into the black community because it was something different. And I remember he went solo, and you know he started doing his own stuff, and then he came back with Van Halen for a little bit. That was a great opportunity to talk to him. He's a big bodybuilding fan too because we talk about a bodybuilder I was a fan of back in the day, Kay Baxter. He used to be his trainer, but I wouldn't have felt that experience if I didn't get out of my own way, get out of my comfort zone,
Yeah.
go to Tampa, help my friend out, meet some people there. I mean, meeting Kevin LeBron, meeting I saw quite a few other bodybuilders that I follow and some of these I have interviews with. It was a great opportunity for me. And that's the thing about being a bodybuilder. You have to take the opportunities if you can and understand the risk sometimes is worth the reward.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like, there's so much that I do that, like, most people don't realize that I'm a very, very anxious person. Like, I've got really bad anxiety, and I used to before I started bodybuilding. It's one of the shyest people you would ever know. Like, I was a completely different person, so shy, so in on myself. I hated myself. I was very quiet. I was like completely opposite of what I am now. Um, and I've just had a brain fart and I forgot where I was going.
I understand, you know, because I can take you.
I do this a lot.
That's all right, because you know what? Sometimes there's so many things you want to say, and you just can't get it all. But that's the thing, especially on prep. Your brain is like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot. I forgot the point that I was trying to get at there.
Well, I get it because you know what, doing this interviews with quite some time. I'm sorry. I can never truly understand because I'm not a man. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a woman. I'm not a bodybuilder. But I get what you're coming from as a person who found something that was something that really changed your life. That maybe took you out of those. That probably helped with
Oh,
your anxiety a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it's just it's helped us change as a person, like, so much. Like, if you knew us back then and you know us now, you'll think I wasn't the same person. Like, it really like does help you come out of your shell. And like, I've
Yeah.
always been a person who's where even if I'm fucking terrified of something, I'm still gonna do it. Like, I don't care. I'm still gonna fucking do it. I've always just pushed myself to do things. Like, working offshore, for instance, I can't fucking swim, but I still have to do. I still
You
work
can
offshore. Well, I did.
Neither can I. I float. I can't. My younger
Mm,
brother can swim. He went to a thing called Upward Bound when he was younger. They taught him how to swim, but I never knew how to
yeah.
swim. It's too late now. I'm too old now for it. I mean,
I'm
maybe not too
terrified.
old, but yeah,
I get
yeah.
terrified into
But you,
water. I black out and start panicking.
I remember my sisters, my two older sisters, they used to go on cruises, and they invite my mom to go with and say, "Nah, she want me on that big boat with all that water, or no place to go." But that's the thing is we have to get out of our own way,
Oh,
and
definitely. Just do it,
yeah,
man. You get an opportunity to do something, just fucking do it.
yeah.
Like,
And that's the
regret it
thing is,
later.
well, I would say regret it, because if you get some fun out of it, there's
Uh,
no regrets.
oh yeah, but like I'm saying, like if you're gonna do it, if you get the opportunity to do something and then you do it and you don't like it and you regret it, then well, at least you tried. You know,
Yeah.
it's better than sitting doing nothing.
Yeah. And again, you don't want to feel like you get that point in your life. Say, you know what, I didn't do this. I should have did it.
Yeah.
But you know what, you're doing it now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So as I said again, the plan is possibly do another show next year and try to see your regional and maybe try to get your pro card.
Oh, that's the complete plan. Pro card is the game. So I'll be doing a regional on the 4th of April and then FIBO 2 weeks later. And then depending on what happens at FIBO, I'm thinking Romania Muscle Fest. Well, I don't care what happens at FIBO. I'm thinking Romania Muscle Fest, whether I get my pro card or not. But we'll see about the Romania. I need to focus on the regional to start.
Well, that's a good idea. Also, if you could and you think about it, if they everyone comes to the states, there's the Olympia amateurs. That's
The
we
plan the, the plan is to come to the States, but I'm not coming to the States until I'm a pro.
uh, which show would you like to do? Would be
I'm not quite sure. I've not thought about it to be honest.
well. I would say a great show, even though it's changed its format, but now it's Olympic qualification for all competitors. Still is the Rise of Phoenix. That's a great show.
Yeah.
Tampa, that's a good one.
Oh,
Chicago,
Chicago. Ah.
yeah. And also there's quite a few others. I think now it used to be it was a lot harder for women bodybuilding to find shows, but
Yeah.
one show's coming up in I think next month. It's the Steve Carr show, and I just interviewed Elizabeth Molini. Moline. She's going to compete in that. It's going to make her pro debut. A couple other ladies I know are going to make their pro debut with that show. I mean, we just need to find people who's willing and wanting to give y'all ladies the opportunity, either in the
Yeah.
NPC and the IFBB. But it's just got to. They have to be. It's like this. Like doing this interview with me, you have to be willing and wanting. You just can't
Yeah.
say,
Well,
you know what.
that's the thing. Like America is like it's the place to be, I think, for women's bodybuilding. But there's so much more opportunity over there. But it's to come from here to there to compete is gonna be fucking expensive. So like, if I'm gonna do that, I want to be doing it as a pro. So at the minute, it's basically just keep pushing and fight until I get that pro card first, and then I'll worry about that after.
Yeah, build yourself as a competitor and build your
Yeah,
finances, and then you come over here.
yeah,
It's like it's basically like I love quoting movies. That's one of my hobbies. It's like the movie called Pretty Woman. There's a part where the guy says it's Hollywood. Everybody wants to come here, and that's what America is like. Hollywood right now. Hollywood is about to burn right now. So I just I don't want to get too much
the UK
political stuff.
ain't much better.
Well, you want to trade?
No, at least you guys have got guns.
We got guns, son. Yeah, I grew up. My older brothers, we used to go out to the backyard and shoot guns and rifles and stuff when we were kids. But yeah, I remember those days. We were country
I
boys.
went to the
But
range when I went to Vegas. I absolutely fucking loved it.
yeah, but like I said, we also have mass shootings. So that's the exchange of it. It's because
Oh
of your
yeah, but
country. It's because of your country. Why we, because how America is, because of the British. You got to fight with us. It's your fault. We need to fight y'all again for another war. I don't know. But anyway, folks, we're not going to hold her too much longer. Yeah, I enjoyed talking to Ash here. She's a nice lady. She has a lot of potential. As I said again, if you are someone interested in helping her out and just in her process to grow as a bodybuilder, donations are nice. I got her PayPal in the description right now. You want to check her out. Also, want to follow social media. Social media does help maybe get more promoters. But here's, guys, I'm going to tell you this, guys. This is what I don't want to hear. Say, hey, Ash, I seen your last show. You're so pumped up. I'm kind of excited about you. So if I do this favor for you, say, fuck off, blighter. No, this is what you're supposed to say. Mrs. Di-Carlo, we like to represent you in your future as a bodybuilder. If you feel like our product or something can help you in your process, please let us know. We want to encourage your progress as an athlete and possibly exchange of representation and also the opportunity to see you grow from the ground up. So if this is something you are agreeable with or you feel interested in, let us know. We're happy to help you.
Very well done.
I've been practicing, my dear. I've been practicing. And the thing is, people got to understand, again, I always point this out. When we go to these shows, we see these competitors. You gotta understand. Every day we see these beautiful, massive bodies on stage, and it's the I can't help it. It's a mustard smell coming out of me every now and then. But we gotta understand what it took them to get there. The work, the time, the hydration. You just got out of the hospital a while back because of an issue. The all that's involved in it, in the sport. We have to understand that and recognize that it's not as easy as you think you are. Just put on some tanning lotion and tan and going out there. There's all the work you got to put in there, training, their posing, their dieting, the consistency, getting up in the morning, doing something that most people wouldn't want to do. Like I get up in the morning, I have sleep apnea. I take that sucker off. I get up, I just lay in bed for a few minutes, and then I got to work on some stuff because right now I'm got to finish some stuff up for the Olympic coming up. I'm also going to do a live later, with some friends. We talk about predictions. There's a lot to work when you get into anything. And if you're not
Yeah,
willing to put in the work, stick to the plan, be disciplined, and be consistent. You're not going to go as far as you want to go.
exactly.
Mhm. We got here a comment from Ryan Lake. He says, "Hello, Ash." So hello, Ryan. Thank you for coming
Hello,
through,
Ryan.
brother. Yeah, I mean these guys. Hey, Ash might get a new girl. Say, hey, George got a new girl. Yeah, so they get excited because they love. Like that's why I do my lives because they love to have exchange. Because many of these guys will never ever maybe in their lives ever get the chance to talk to a female bodybuilder in person or even on social media. But this is why I do this to give them the opportunity to talk to someone like yourself and ask questions, and also for you to know there's people out here who are fond of women like yourself, who are fond of your passion for the sport, who fond what you're doing,
Yeah.
and want to support you.
I really appreciate what you're doing. Like I have followed you and I've been watching your interviews, like the one you did with Anastasia the other day. I watched that. Um, awesome athlete. But yeah, I do appreciate your page and what you're doing. So thank you very much.
Well, man, you know what? Again, the quote from my favorite hero, the Dark Knight himself: "You never have to." That's why I do this. This gives me a purpose. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. The one woman I love, she's gone. I feel like a widow. Ever since my mom passed, I feel like I'm a man without. I do have family. I love them, but they have their lives and doing like that. But this gives me a purpose to just do something because
I
I did
understand
this.
that.
Yeah, because this as I was a fan. And so again, I'm a fan. But this gives me a purpose. And to give y'all ladies a chance, opportunity to share your stories here. I mean, I don't make a lot of money off of it. I get disability because, my heart issues and I can't work as much like I used to. But this is something that gives me something, just the feeling that gets, to talk with someone like you. You or when you came, maybe someday we get to meet you if it comes to the States. Or I don't know, I got to get a passport and come to the UK or something like that. But this gives me the opportunity to hear your stories, to also to give people to understand that you're more than just these women with big old muscles. You have a life, you have a job, a career, you love what you do.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, here's a big question I'm gonna ask you. What would you want out of your future from bodybuilding?
Um, well, the main focus has been my pro card. That's to me at the minute. That's like the be all and end all. I've not been trying to like think past that, but I would like to get current believer size. That would be nice.
Mhm. Well, like I said, this thing is it's gonna take time. It's not gonna be easy. You
And
know,
I hope I said her surname right there. If I didn't and you're watching, I'm sorry. I
who's
think
that?
which we say things fucking wrong.
That's
Anastasia
Ryder.
current believer? No,
Well,
current believer.
no, that was Anastasia Ryder I interviewed.
No, but this is what I've just been saying that you asked us how I wanted to get what I wanted to get out of
Oh,
bodybuilding.
Corba.
I said I want yeah, and I want to get to her size.
I
And
think
then I
she's gonna
said,
be the
I'm
length of you.
sorry if I said your surname wrong.
Yeah. Well, she's massive. She's massive.
She's
Wow.
fucking unbelievable, man.
Well, I mean, I'm
Like
surprised.
Olympia prediction, it's gonna be between you and Shaw, but
Yeah, pretty much.
who I want to see win, I want to see Anastasia fucking win. I want to see the mass monster come in and just wipe them all out. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
Yeah. Yeah. I will. I hope she can. There's only like I think 14 women's show. I hope she can get into the top 10. That'd be good. I think like yeah, it's going to be between as usual, Andrea and Angela. Big
yeah,
question is who's going to get third. Everybody's looking at Melissa Tyke because if Ashley can come in a little tighter, she can probably hold that third spot. Everybody look at Melissa Tyke and also Alcione Barrito because they look very impressive. One of you
yeah,
have been on my channel, Tiana Flex. I hope she does well. She's an amazing person. She just, I follow Tiana. I interviewed her a while back. Her and her husband Tony are great people. She's coming off from South Africa. That's one thing. That's expensive. That too. There's some amazing ladies. Some ladies I've been interviewed who are doing this show, and this is gonna be their debut. Miss Robin Mays. She was about 60 years old. This woman's about 60, and you wouldn't think it because her physique is just amazing. You know,
yeah,
um, I'm like I said later this evening. I'm going to do a live. Some friends and I are going to talk about make our predictions. Then I'm going to do that Friday. I'm not going to watch because they charge you for both the prejudging and the finals. So I say I'm just going to do the finals. And then we'll do a live stream commentary of the
so
finals.
if you're doing a video later for your predictions, does that mean if I ask you what your prediction now, you're not going to tell us?
You already know what's the point of me. You already know it's going to be Andrea. We all know Sarah's going to win physique.
Ah, ah, I'm talking about the Open. I'm talking about the men's.
Oh,
We've
okay,
just mentioned the women's.
okay.
Who's winning the
Well,
men's? Come on.
I think it might be between your fellow countryman Samson and Heidi.
Mm,
What? What?
Top
What?
th top three. My prediction. I've got this isn't in order by the way. Hattie, Samson, and Nick. I want Nick to win. 100%,
Mm,
hands down. Fucking beating all the way.
I think Nick's kind of like Anastasia. He's just a block. He's just not as he's just good side, but he's just that work his condition. He's kind of he might get the top 10.